story of the next season continues from here. At the subway station, we are now seeing Gi-hun, who is going to meet his daughter. As soon as he got off at the subway station, his eyes stopped at two men. One of the two men was the same man who gave Gi-hun a Squid Game card. He understood that now these people are gathering people for a new game, but now he will not let them succeed in their bad intentions. While running, he tries to reach that man. But he still took a little time. That man had gone from there. Junho took the card from that man, to whom the game man had given the card, and immediately called that number. As soon as he called, he threatened the front man. That I will not let you succeed in your intentions. I will not let this game run this time. Hearing his threats, the front man himself started threatening him. He tells him to go and meet his daughter. It is good if you do not get into trouble. Hearing this, he understood that the front man and his people were somehow keeping an eye on him. But how was this possible until now? He understood that there is definitely a tracker in his body. He immediately went to the washroom and started looking for the tracker in his body. And he also found the tracker in his body, under his ear, which he cut from a cutter and removed. The scene was cut. Here we saw Junho, whom the front man had dropped into the water last season. It was found that a fisherman had rescued him from the water, and now he was admitted in the hospital. After a lot of days, Junho has regained consciousness. On the other hand, Gi-hun, who has removed the tracker from his body. After removing the tracker, he went underground, so that the Squid Game people could not track him. After that, he spent about 2 months in the season, and we were shown Junho, who is still looking for his brother. And he is in the traffic police. Along with finding his brother, his second mission was to stop the Squid Game, because he also saw how people were brutally killed in the Squid Game. When he started discussing this case with his senior, no one listened to him, because when Junho sent all the evidence about the game to these people from that island, so they could not reach these people, and everyone believed that Junho was lying. After the scene was cut, we were shown Gi-hun, whom the front man had tracked. The front man knocks on his door. When Gi-hun opened the door in fear, the front man brought 2 severed heads in front of him, whose eyes suddenly opened. And here Gi-hun's eyes also opened. And we found out that this was just a dream of him. As soon as he got up, someone knocked on his door. He was a gangster, whom Gi-hun had given a lot of debt in last season. But now the gangster used to work for Gi-hun. Along with his friends, he used to find those people at the subway station who manipulate people for the Squid Game. Now the time had come when 2 years ago, Junho was engaged in the Squid Game. That's why now he gives the gangster the duty to locate the boys at every subway station, for which he had also given 1 million yen to the gangster. And he had also promised that if he could somehow find the man who has been fooling people in the Squid Game and is still fooling people, then Junho will give him 1 billion yen as a reward. As soon as he heard the reward money, the gangster's mouth was opened. He was also greedy for his boys that whoever finds that man will get half the reward. Junho gave this greed so that everyone works hard. If this time he does not find that man, then he will have to wait for a whole year. And in this 1 year, many people will die through that game. On the other hand, Junho is also trying to find the island of the Squid Game. He is doing this work with the same fisherman who saved his life. From where Junho met that fisherman, these people had seen all the islands around him, but still could not reach the island of the Squid Game. The scene cuts and we are shown to the gangster who is training his new team. He told everyone that they have to find a man at the subway station who will be wearing a suit. He will have a briefcase full of money in his hand, and he will play the Squid Game with everyone. And after that, he will give them a card. Everyone starts their work, and after a lot of patience, the 2 men finally find that man. Playing the Squid Game with 2 people at the subway station, they send his location to their boss, the gangster, and Junho. And they start following him. One day, he went to the convenience store and bought a lot of breads and lucky draw cards and went to the beggars. In front of these beggars, he made 2 choices. 1 bread and 1 lucky draw. Almost everyone chose the lucky draw, but no one won. After that, this man put all the breads on the ground and started walking on it. and told people that I have not wasted this food, but you have wasted it. You all were greedy to win money. This man was preparing everyone's mind like this, and was judging how many people are greedy so that he can trap them in the game next time. Anyway, it is shown that Gi-hun's people are behind him here too, and they send this new location to Gi-hun. Gi-hun is driving fast to come here. So he doesn't know? He breaks a signal, and in this way the traffic police stops him. At this time, Junho was in the traffic police, and he noticed that Gi-hun's behavior is a bit strange. He didn't apologize and shout for the chalan but tried to move forward after the chalan, as if he is in a hurry or running after committing a crime. That's why he took out his information from Gi-hun's car number. Then he recognized Gi-hun's name, and he remembered that he had reached Squid Game last time while following Gi-hun. From here, Junho took Gi-hun's address. The scene shows that the two men who found the Squid Game guy, they decide to catch him before Gi-hun comes and decide that they will divide the reward money. When they went near him to kill that man, then he became the victim of the man. When Gi-hun reached here, he saw blood on the road, and he understood that his people were killed by that cruel man. On top of that, he saw that the man was keeping an eye on Gi-hun. After Gi-hun left, when he came to the room, he found out that he has imprisoned Gi-hun's men. He also plays death game with them, because he also enjoyed playing death game. The game was for children, stone, paper, scissors. But he had a bet whoever loses will be killed. Similarly, when one of his men loses, this man shoots him and kills him, and then asks the other man for Junho's address. As soon as he found out Junho's address, he left that man and went from there. In the evening, when Junho reached his house, that man was hiding in his house before him. He could have killed Gi-hun here, but as we saw earlier that he likes death game, now he decides to play death game with Gi-hun. Before playing the game, he told Gi-hun that he used to do the job of picking up dead bodies in Squid Game, but it was very boring. I like to kill people myself. That's why I requested the frontman to change my job. Instead, do you know what task the frontman gave me? He asked me to kill my own dad, and I picked up the gun and killed him. After that, the frontman gave me this gun, and now I can kill anyone. Gi-hun didn't pay much attention to what he was saying, and told him to give me the address of the frontman, with which he plans to end this game. But after hearing this, that man started laughing and said, "Okay, let's play a game. This is a gun in front of you, and there is only one bullet in it. It has 5 empty nodes. Let's shoot each other repeatedly. Whoever loses will be killed, and if I lose, then you will get the address of the frontman from my pocket." Gi-hun started the game without fear and picked up the gun. Because the Squid Game had ended his fear of death, he shot himself repeatedly, and on the 4th time, when that man points a gun at himself, this time he has shot himself. He himself was trapped in his own trap. Gi-hun won. And now Gi-hun got the address of the frontman from his pocket before he could do anything about the address. His bad luck, Junho, who is a policeman, who was suspicious of him while driving in the afternoon. He reached his house, and as soon as he reached home, he heard the sound of a gun being shot, with which his suspicion really changed. That Gi-hun is a criminal. Immediately he broke the door and came inside, considering Gi-hun to be a killer. He was about to encounter him at this time. At the right time, a man stopped him. This was the same guy with whom, after playing the game, this Squid Game dead man tied him to his den. He was lucky. He escaped from there, to tell the whole truth to Gi-hun. But by the time he reached here, the whole atmosphere here had changed. He saved Gi-hun's life from Junwoo, and then told the whole truth to Junho. About the death game, how this dead man played a death game with him, and killed one of his colleagues, his boss. Moving forward, Gi-hun now tells Junho the whole story of the Squid Game, how everyone is killed in this game. He told Junho, "I am not bad, I just want to stop that game, so that more innocent people can be saved." Junho also knew about the Squid Game. Junho told Gi-hun, "I followed you and reached that game. I went there and wore a guard suit, and tried to talk to you many times, but you couldn't talk to me. I know that in that game they kill everyone, and after killing, what is done with those dead bodies? Their organs are taken out and sold. I know all this. Even Gi-hun didn't know all these details." After hearing all this from Junho, He also decided to bring Junho with him and told Junho his plan, that he will kill all the creators of the Squid Game. There is a frontman whom he has never seen before. He comes wearing a black mask. He has made this game with an old cancer patient named Ill. He wants to kill those people and end this game. The gangster had also heard all these talks. He tells them, I also want to support you. I want to take revenge from them, for that innocent friend of mine, who was my right hand. And now I will not support you for money, but for your rights. After hearing this, Gi-hun also liked it, and he took them to his room, where there was a lot of money. He had won this money from the Squid Game. And now he will use this money to end the Squid Game. Gi-hun shows them that he had also purchased a lot of guns from the black market, and he had also made a secret place where he used to do his training. But all this was not enough. He needed a lot of people for the fight. Gi-hun now tells Junho to leave his police job so that these people can complete their mission well. The scene cuts. Now we are shown a new character, No Yule. She is a poor girl and her job is to make the children happy by wearing a bunny costume in the hotel. She doesn't even have a house to live. She lives in the basement of this hotel. In this job, a small girl has become very attached to No Yule, who used to visit here every day. But the sad thing is that girl has bone marrow cancer, and to get the bone marrow transplant. Her dad doesn't have much money, and now that girl is about to die. One day, that girl is admitted to the hospital in an emergency. After hearing this, No Yule also goes to see her in the hospital. She wants to help this girl, but she doesn't even have money for herself. What will she save this girl? At night, we see No Yule again in the parking lot, where two people came and gave him a Squid Game card. The scene gets cut and we are shown Junho, who was sitting with his mom. And his mom was very sad, because she is waiting for Junho's brother to come. Junho knows that he will never come. The job he is in, he will not come home. But even after hearing all this, when his mom is not satisfied, then once again, he decides to look for his brother. The scene gets cut, and now finally we see Gi-hun again, who is getting his teeth operated at this time. After getting one of his teeth removed, he has got a fake tooth fixed in his mouth, which has a tracker in it. Actually, tomorrow he is going to meet the frontman. That's why he has to do everything very carefully. They also want to catch the frontman, and after the frontman, they also want to catch all the shareholders of this Squid Game. It is known that that gangster who is in their group, he has included big commandos in his group through his links. Nothing is right or wrong for these commandos. These people work for money. Here we found out that they were also taking No Yule to the Squid Game. No Yule goes with them, but we found out that he was not hired as a gamer but was hired as a security guard. Now Junho has finally come to that address with Gi-hun, which he got from that man's pocket. That was of the front man. This was the address of a club. Junho forbids going inside, because on that island the front man had seen Junho, and when he goes inside he can be recognized. And his mission can also fail. Both of them left Junho and decided to go inside. As soon as people went inside, then outside, Junho noticed that two guards, who are wearing Squid Game uniforms, they have gone inside this party, and with this, he understood that the front man has not come inside yet. Maybe these two have come to check the security inside. Now the same thing that the front man is not inside. Junho wanted to tell his people, but when he went inside he saw that the people of the front man have taken Gi-hun from the other door, with the help of the tracker in Gi-hun's mouth. These people tracked that car, in which those people had taken Gi-hun. Junho and his other companions started following that car, and at the right time they attacked that car. And from there they wanted to kidnap the front man. But the front man was not in that car. With the help of a device in that car, the front man was talking to Gi-hun, and with the sound coming from the tracker, Junho and his people thought that the front man is in that car. He was not able to tell his companions that the front man is not inside the car. Through that call, while talking to the front man, he tried to convince him that you stop this game, stop killing innocent people, on which the front man told him, I don't force anyone to get involved in this game. Everyone comes in the greed of money. The frontman said, "I am doing a social work." After hearing this, Gi-hun got angry and said, "How can your work be called social work? You take advantage of people's helplessness and kill them." After hearing this, the frontman started laughing and said, "Listen to me. Those who agree to play this game, they have already lost in life. For this world they are nothing more than a trash. And I'm just killing that trash, and the rest of the people are getting entertained. What is wrong with this? On the other hand, we are showing outside this car that the frontman sniper Junho and his companions had punctured the car so that they could not follow him further." Knowing this, Gi-hun also tries to shoot the driver to get out of this car, but he found out that this whole car is bulletproof. Along with that, the driver is also wearing bulletproof clothes, and he is now stuck in this car. Seeing this, Gi-hun sat back, and now a new story began in his mind. I don't know what he thought, and he told the frontman to take part in this game again, although he could not convince all of them. But now he thinks that he can go into the game and stop all the atrocities that are going to happen in this game. Now, the person who does not like this game at all, played this game, it can be an amazing twist. That's why the frontman enrolled him again in the game. And now, after making him faint, they took him into the Squid Game.